Hello everyone, today I'm reviewing Murmur by R.E.M. So Murmur is, as I understand it, a very important album for the alt-rock genre. From what I've read, it's basically like this might be one of, if not the first, kind of alt-rock album that kind of bridged the gap between like post-punk and new wave shit and kind of started the transformation into alt-rock. So it's pretty, significant in terms of its influence and history and stuff like that. Now, I don't really give a shit about any of that. It's cool, but I'm here to review the music on the actual album. And how is the music on the album? I mean, it's cool, I guess. From what I've seen, REM was really trying to go with a timeless sound, and they were able to do that pretty decently. I will say it does feel a bit aged. It definitely feels like this did not come out in 1983. I was a bit shocked that this came out in 1983, so I guess they did pretty good on that end. To be honest though, most of this album is just very kind of whatever. For me, the only tracks I really thought stood out among the rest were Moral Kiosk and Perfect Circle. But even then, a lot of these songs sound very similar, and it kind of just feels like low-key kind of like dad rock. Like if you put on classic rock on the radio in your car, it really just sounds like that. I think it's good that each of these songs aren't really that long. They're usually only about 3 minutes. There's a few 4-minute songs in there, and the whole 45-minute runtime of the album goes by really fast. In my opinion, the intro and the outro are both really nothing to write home about. They just sound like more of the same. They sound a lot like every other track on here, and honestly I just feel like the whole album is nothing that special, if I'm being honest. Like, it's definitely not a bad time at all by any means, and it doesn't really get too boring. It's just the tracks feel very similar, and it kind of gets repetitive because of that. Me personally, I think this is just more one of those albums that its significance in terms of like the history of the genre it's in is why it's talked about so much, even though personally I think this is kind of very average, especially if it's talking about alt rock. And I'm gonna be honest, alt rock is such a broad genre term, so it's kind of like a nothing thing, if we're being honest. Overall though, it's just decent rock. It's pretty okay, decent rock. None of the songs are that boring. It doesn't overstay its runtime at all. It feels like it moves at a pretty good pace, but at the same time, it's just, that's its thing. It's nothing that special. I couldn't say one track really stands out from the rest. I don't really hate anything on this album, but I don't really particularly love anything on this album either. It just felt okay. And because of that, I'm gonna give Murmur by R.E.M. a 5 out of 10. I recommend everybody go check out this album for themselves, form your own opinion and whatnot, be a critical thinker and whatnot. But tell me in the comments below, do you love this album? Do you not like this album? Do you have some other opinion about R.E.M. or Murmur or whatever? Type it all in the comments below, or say anything else that you feel like. Feel free to join the Discord in the description, and thank you for watching, and have a good day.